Hi, cable fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at this YOHUHUHU. That's the name. Cat 8 3-foot Ethernet cable. And for those of you who don't know anything about Ethernet cables, they come in different ratings. And typically, if you go to the store and you buy a standard router, or you're going to be given a router or switch, or something that else deals with Ethernet. You'll be buying something that's like maybe 6A, possibly 7, possibly 8, depending on how much money you're willing to put out. And that device will come with the minimum cable needed to do the job for that speed level that is available for that category. So 6, which is what my router came with, is fast but not very fast. And if you get a Cat 7 or even a Cat 6A, much less an 8, you can increase the speed. And actually, last year I got a Cat 8 and I put it on my son's computer and his speeds immediately increased. And I did the same thing with this one. So I wanted to tell you about this because I want you to be aware that you have the possibility of improving your internet speeds depending on what your current package is from your ISP. Obviously, you may not be able to go above the maximum limit that they have set for your service. But if you're not reaching that maximum, like I can't because I need to buy a better router to actually get the full 1 gigabytes or gigabits, I forget whatever it is. Anyways, so this is 8, and I used speedtest.net to compare using these servers. Number 1, Spectrum Columbus, which is the default. Number 2, Wheelscraft in Dayton. And number 3, Waddell Solutions in Cincinnati. So I'm in the Cincinnati area, but you have to understand that distance is only one factor. So I'm going to show you the results so that you can understand for yourself what it's possible to achieve just by doing this. Possible, not definite. All right? All right, let me just get the screen set up for you. And here we go. Yes! All right, so if you look in the middle here, this stuff here is what we want to look at. All right, so I don't know how my spacing got all messed up, but this first grouping here is for the new cable, and this second grouping is the old cable, and the third grouping is the difference in speed. And I had it all nicely formatted so that it was all nicely spaced out, but apparently the review page got rid of all that extra formatting, so I'll have to deal with that somehow. Now, going from here to Columbus, download speed was 816.55. To Dayton was 848.98, which surprised me but not a lot, because Dayton is closer to me than is Columbus. However, Cincinnati is the closest, but I only got 663.63. And that's with the new cable. Now, my upload speeds were a little bit different. The fastest were Columbus, which is the farthest away, and the slowest were Cincinnati. So 775.65, 557.63 versus 528.45 from Cincinnati. And when we look at the older ones, we can see a difference here to the old one in Columbus of 135.06 for downloading. And then we go this one, and this one, it's only 1.1. And then we go look at the Dayton. It's 848.98 minus 838.71. That's 10.27. And then the upload difference is 21.38. And then for Cincinnati, the difference is 24.95 for download and 46.13 for the upload. All right. So that gives you an idea of potentially, depending on which server your ISP connects to, how much more speed you might be able to get by jumping up to a Cat 8. Oh, but do be careful not to make sure that the Category 8 that you, or Category 7 that you buy, matches the end plug that you need on both sides for the cable. I was looking at them and I almost bought one that had a different kind of connector that was round on one side and then this on the other. Also, I highly recommend this kind because when these things get in to the socket on your computer, oftentimes it's very hard to reach the release tab here, this part here, or if you've got one of those ones where there's a big rubber protector around this, it's very hard to depress it because the rubber is very strong. So I recommend finding something where you can push down on the tab with another tab. Now this is a very flimsy tab, so it doesn't work as well as the Category 6 I've got on my computer, but that's what you want to look for. And I will try to show you that connector here in just a moment. So in other words, it's better, although location is significant. Notice that Columbus is the farthest and Cincy is the closest, yet the best download speed was from Dayton and the best upload speed was from Columbus, even farther away, giving Columbus and this cable the overall win, because overall, even though it was slower than Dayton, overall it had, if you compare download and upload, it was the best. If I had a Cat 6A router or better, of course, the speeds would be even better. Mine is only a Cat 6, so I'm actually losing speed because Spectrum's 1 gigabyte service only gets to full speed with 6A. All right, let me see if I can show you the other cable. And this is the Cat 6 that I was using. And this has a much more rigid tab release here than the one I just showed you. So this is actually better than that one. And I'll show you the old one that I used to use. Okay, this one is also a Cat 6, and this came with the router. And as you can see, there's the tab to release this from the plug, and it's got a protector over the release. And this plastic or rubber, whatever it is thick enough, and the shape is resistant enough that I actually have to push really, really hard. So typically what I'll do is I'll get a screwdriver and lever this open because it's just so very, very difficult. Now, the good thing about anything that has a protective cover over that release tab is if you don't have that cover, the release tab is very vulnerable to getting snapped off, especially like if you take it off the computer and you put it in a box, and then when you pull it out of the box, you're not paying attention, and you just kind of pull it out. That tab snags onto things and breaks off very easily. After which you basically have two choices. You either throw away the cable, three choices: replace the head, or you have to tape it into place so it doesn't fall out, because without that thing there, it's just going to fall out. This keeps it in place. So just something, information for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.